Caesar's Messiah, Chapter 1. The First Christians and the Flavians. This book provides a new interpretive framework for the Gospels. This framework renders every passage in the Gospels coherent and provides an answer to the question of who composed them. I shall show that intellectuals working for Titus Flavius, the second of the three Flavian Caesars, created Christianity. Their main purpose was to replace the xenophobic Jewish messianism that waged war against the Roman Empire with a version of Judaism that would be obedient to Rome. One of the individuals involved with the creation of the Gospels was the first century historian Flavius Josephus, who, as he related it, led a fabulous life. He was born in 37 AD or CE for the Common Era, into the royal family of Judea, the Maccabees. Like Jesus, Josephus was a child prodigy who also claimed to have been a member of each of the Jewish sects of his era: the Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the Essenes. When the Jewish rebellion against Rome broke out in 66 AD or CE, though he had no described military background and believed the cause hopeless, Josephus was given command of the revolutionary army of Galilee. Taken captive, he was brought before the Roman general Vespasian, to whom he presented himself as a prophet. At this point, God rather conveniently spoke to Josephus and informed him that his favor had switched from the Jews to the Romans. Josephus then claimed that Judaism's messianic prophecies foresaw not a Jewish Messiah, but Vespasian, whom Josephus predicted would become the Lord of all mankind. After this came to pass, so to speak, and Vespasian was proclaimed emperor, he rewarded Josephus' clairvoyance by adopting him. Thus, the Jewish rebel Josephus Bar Matthias became Flavius Josephus, the son of Caesar. He became an ardent supporter of Rome's conquest of Judea, and when Vespasian returned to Rome to be crowned emperor, Josephus stayed behind to assist the new emperor's son Titus with the siege of Jerusalem. After Jerusalem had been destroyed, Josephus took up residence within the Flavian court at Rome, where he enjoyed the patronage of Vespasian and the subsequent Flavian emperors, Titus and Domitian. It was while he was living in Rome that Josephus wrote his two major works, Wars of the Jews, a description of the 66 through 73 AD or CE war between the Romans and the Jews, and Jewish Antiquities, a history of the Jewish people. Josephus' histories are of great significance to Christianity. Virtually all that we know regarding the social context of the New Testament is derived from them. Without these works, the very dating of the events of the New Testament would be impossible. Josephus' histories provided Jesus with historical documentation, a fact that is widely known. They also provided Jesus with another kind of documentation, a fact largely forgotten. Early Christians believed that the events Josephus described in Wars of the Jews proved that Jesus had been able to see into the future. It is difficult to find even one early Christian who taught another position. Church scholars such as Tertullian, Justin Martyr, and Cyprian were unanimous in proclaiming that Josephus' description of the conquest of Judea by Titus Flavius in Wars of the Jews proved that Jesus' prophecies had come to pass. As Eusebius wrote in 325 AD or CE for the Common Era, if anyone compares the words of our Savior with other accounts of the historian Josephus concerning the whole war, how can one fail to wonder and to admit that the foreknowledge and the prophecy of our Savior were truly divine and marvelously strange. One example of Jesus' foreknowledge that so impressed Eusebius was his prediction that the foes of Jerusalem would encircle it with a wall, demolish the city and its temple, and level its inhabitants. And when he was now getting near Jerusalem, he came into full view of the city. He wept aloud over it and exclaimed, "For the time is coming upon thee when thy foes will throw up around 3 earthworks and a wall, investing thee and hemming thee in on every side, and level you and your children within you, and they will not leave one stone upon another in you, because you did not know the time of your visitation." Luke chapter 19, verses 37 through 44.